That's Mekong Delta right here on the Classic Metal Show. And the name of that tune is called, what is it? Inside the Outside of the Inside?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm on the inside looking outside. I'm on the inside looking out.
Yeah, something.
Something like that.
Something in that realm.
I almost understood what he was talking about. He's like a German guy.
Yeah, he was definitely a little bit mumbly. But.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the typical Chris Aiken and ask him some fucked up question that made absolutely no sense.
You know why I didn't? Because believe me, I thought about it. I'm trying to keep these interviews shorter now.
Right.
And if I start doing that, it'll be 40 minutes of it.
All right, well, I get it.
You know, but yeah, once he started with not knowing the word colleague, I totally got it in my head. I should just start really fucking with him, and then I just didn't.
Sure.
I'm turning into a pussy in my old age.
Nah, I think you're just tailoring what you do.
Yeah, well, I just didn't want to spend 40 minutes a show on Mekong Delta.
Right.
Really.
Well, being that talking about some old habits and whatnot, I since you've reprogrammed the CMS radio network to play more of the old archive CMS shows.
Sure.
Once in a while, I run into something that catches my ear.
Okay.
And, you know, one of them, obviously, is when we do get a guest who doesn't speak fluent English and you have, you know, asked some just ridiculous question.
Right.
Hang on. Had to sneeze.
Oh.
But anyway, I caught the year-end edition of 2007 of the Classic Metal Show.
All right.
And that was when the Rev made his bold statement.
Oh, yeah.
And I caught that the other day, and I just laughed and laughed because I actually did some prep work with that. I had collected all the different bits that had, over like a 2-month period when he first was going to be interviewed by Talking Metal.
Right.
And then, you know, like a week later after he'd gotten interviewed, then he said, well, check the Talking Metal page from my interview because I made a bold statement.
Yeah, I made a bold statement.
And then I collected some of the, when you called his house and said, you know, you're a big talker when nobody's listening. So, you know, as usual, you're a chump. So, you know, bye, you know, just kind of, and he goes, they called my house.
Yeah, after he put out his phone number fucking 50 times.
Right, and then he said, I'm going to put out my cell phone number and have him call me.
Yeah.
You know, and then he said that you were doing it from, quote unquote, from behind closed doors.
That dude was a tool.
And then finally the Talking Metal interview aired, and he was upset because they removed his bold statement, which said, fuck the Classic Metal Show.
It's pretty bold.
And I also pulled the clip where you were reading his diatribe when Vanessa left him.
Oh, right.
How and all that crying in the background and how alone he was, and that woman was just weeping in the background.
Yeah, my poetry reading for him.
And you read it almost tearfully yourself. So
that was fun, man.
So that was the end segment of that show.
Nice. That was a good one.
That was about a good hour's listen. I was sitting there just like, holy shit, dude. We've done some brutal shit before.
Hell yeah, dude. I always, when I catch those segments, I'm always, see, you remember this shit. I never remember it. You know, it just, once it's done, and I don't really visit it very often and, you know, go back to it or anything. But, man, you remember everything. For me, it's like listening to it for the first time half the time because I don't remember it.
Right. Well, speaking of remembering stuff, another guy who's got a very, very keen ear and has cataloged the Classic Metal Show for the last, goddamn, 7-8 years.
Yeah.
Is our fake producer, Weezy.
Yeah, that fake guy.
Yeah. Well, he had written me an email as to how he cataloged the Classic Metal Show, and he does it, you know, kind of like a professional radio station or a professional production department, to where he's got everything cataloged and it's got like topics and maybe phrases that were said, and he's got each one of them listed, each audio file that he's, recorded over the last 8 years, and he's got every one of them cataloged with a subject and maybe something that stood out or something that reminds me, and then he just goes there and he just pulls clips.
Right.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, you and I were speaking of Warrant, and when Jamie St. James was the lead singer.
Okay, yeah.
And it's on the Spreaker. 2 weeks ago, it was called No More Devil's Juice, Please.
Right, yeah.
Well, Weezy picked up on something that just casually was mentioned during that conversation.
Okay.
And he put together, in his infinite wisdom and his fake producer abilities, he put together a little montage for us, which I thought would be kind of fun to play for the fans.
All right, now I have not heard this.
Yeah, so I would like to do this just to see if the fans in the chat room maybe could get this and see which one is which. Well, I'm going to play just a snippet of the conversation. I mean, it was no more than 5 seconds, 5-10 seconds worth of conversation.
Okay.
But Weezy cued in on it and made a little bit out of it for us.
All right, good.
All right, so here's the original conversation. There we go with the whole dog without a bone thing.
Okay.
Fish with a hook in its mouth, dog without a bone.
How many times has the reference, I'm like a dog without a bone?
Yeah, well,
I would like to find how many songs out there have used that line about a dog without a bone.
Gotta be 1 million.
At least.
And none of them are good.
All right. So there's the original conversation.
Okay. Yeah, very short.
Well, Weezy picked up on that. So he decided that he would regale us with a montage of songs that have the words "dog without a bone."
Okay.
So he gave me the listing of the songs. He gave me the song list, and he gave me the montage.
All right.
So we'll see how many of our fans, even you, see who it is who did it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so here we go. This is dog without a bone, or dog and a bone, he put it, because not every one of them says dog without a bone, but it mentions dog and a bone.
Okay.
All right, so let's check this out. Let's see who this is.
Wow, no idea.
Chat room? I know it'll take a minute for them to catch up.
Is it Shanker?
Nope.
That was a total guess. I don't know who that is.
It's Ted Nugent.
Okay.
All right. Next.
A dog dug up a bone and wagged his tail.
Jesus, I have no clue what that is. Should I know that? Just
no, I think it's a obscure song. I didn't even know it myself.
Okay, I was going to say, I have no clue on that one.
Alice Cooper.
No kidding.
The name of the tune is called Gale.
Well, look at people in the chat room. We're getting that one.
Really?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, the first one, Ted Nugent, was Yank Me, Crank Me.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, here's the next one.
Now, I know that one. That's from the ultimate album of all time, Eye to Eye. That's the Scorps.
Right.
Knew that one.
Sucky album.
The worst in their catalog.
Now, this next one is probably going to throw some people.
Okay.
Because this band sounds like potentially 4 different bands.
Okay.
All right. So let's check this out.
Oh, boy. I'm going to guess Boned.
Nope.
All right. I'm going to guess Kicks.
No.
All right. I'm not going to guess AC/DC. I'm going to guess Crocus.
No.
All right, I give up.
Rhino Bucket.
Rhino Bucket.
Beg for Your Love.
Oh, there we go.
So there you go. Like I said, it could be 4 different bands. And
Look
you
at these
name
guys. These guys are getting it. Their
Really?
Shazam is working great.
Wow. Okay. The Shazam is working great. All right. This next one should be easy.
Okay.
Should be very easy.
All right. All right, go on to the next one. That's not even that. Does that one even count?
Sure. Well, I mean, it's still making reference to a dog and a bone.
Yeah, but come on, AC/DC, really?
Well, still, it's dog and a bone.
Yeah. All right, that one's way too easy.
That's what I said. It's easy. All right, next.
I'm thinking same band.
Sure. AC/DC, Rock and Peace.
Wow. At least they're creative, or not.
Dog and a bone.
Never written a different riff. Obviously, never written different lyrics.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Next.
Very easy. Motorhead.
Correct. Run Around Man.
Okay, don't know the song, but okay. I was not aware that they did that. That would be Tesla, of course.
That is correct. Forevermore.
Okay.
The next one you'll get
How did
easy.
Weezy find all this?
Weezy's amazing.
I mean, you can't just search dog bone heavy metal. You'll get a million entries, and most of it will be porn.
Well, for a fake producer, Weezy's pretty amazing.
He really is.
For a guy who doesn't even exist.
Yeah, for a guy that's fake.
Yeah. It's amazing how he does this shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. This one you'll really get. This one's easy. This is as easy as AC/DC.
Okay. One of my favorites, The Mighty Dangerous Toys.
Correct. Teasin' pleasin'.
Yep.
Teasin' pleasin', give a dog a bone. All right. Next one, not a favorite of yours, but it's still in the list.
Mark Nero recorded something?
It's on the same scale in Mark Nero in your book.
All right.
I know you don't like these guys, but they still qualify.
Okay. I do like them pre-86, but yeah, Aerosmith.
Another dog with a bone.
Yeah.
All right. This one kind of follows some of the subject material of the night.
Okay. What song is that? That's Kiss, but
Gimme More.
Give Me More.
Gimme More.
Wow.
Dog and a Bone.
What? I wonder what album that is. Do you know?
I don't know the answer.
I'm not familiar with that song, or at least not immediately familiar. I'm sure if I looked it up, I'd probably know it. But.
Sure. All right, next, Dave, CMS favorite.
All right. Steven, Mr. Rat. Awesome.
Chain Reaction.
Right.
Next one, this is a personal favorite of mine. I'll be surprised if you get it.
Okay. Wow. Whatever that band was that Henrik Ostertag was in.
No.
No?
No.
A favorite of yours?
Yes.
Jesus, I have no idea.
Axel Rudy Pell.
Okay.
Snake Eyes.
Did not know that one at all.
I knew you wouldn't get that. Look at him digging into the catalog.
Yeah, no shit.
What an obscure tune.
Yeah, no kidding.
Next one is going to be easy. It's going to be right in the AC/DC category.
Okay.
I don't even know your name. I can't leave you alone. I'm running round in circles like a dog without a bone.
Coverdale, Whitesnake.
Sure. How funny is the dog and the bone references?
Amazing that everybody uses this same reference, man. That's crazy.
All right, next one, still going to be easy.
Okay.
Get you crying like a dog for a bone.
All right. No, it's not as easy as you think. Is that Whitesnake or is that...
It is Whitesnake again.
Is it White? It's early Whitesnake.
Early Whitesnake.
Right.
Steal
Okay.
Away.
Okay.
Next one, we have some personal history with this band.
Okay.
In need of assistance, I talk for my phone. Ain't no way tonight I go home alone.
Get down. Quiet Riot.
Quiet Riot, let's get crazy.
Yep.
This one is kind of a real odd one.
Okay.
This one is something I don't think I've ever played on the CMS.
Okay.
And they are an offshoot from another band. I'm trying to remember who they were from, but you'll know who it is. I mean,
Okay.
you'll know once I tell you who they are. I bet you won't guess it though.
All right.
But then again, you might.
Well, sounds like a challenge.
Okay, here it is.
It's Mr. Bungle.
Wow, look at you.
Fucking right.
Now, where did they originate from? They came from another band, right?
Patton and Trace Bruins were in Faith No More.
There we go. I knew they were an offshoot from another band.
And I love Faith No More is one of my all-time favorites. Of course, I know Mr. Bungle.
Okay. All right. The next one is a huge favorite of mine and yours, I think.
All right.
All right. Here we go.
Is that Metal Church?
Metal Church. Hitman.
Hitman. That's a good one.
All right. Next one, kind of a popular band. I would think that Jackal 1 would get this one.
Okay. Ooh, I don't know this one.
You do if you, as soon as I say.
All right. That was not ringing a bell to me. The sound. Can you play it back, or is that way too hard?
Yeah, I can back it up just a hair.
All right.
Up. Let me back it up just a little bit.
I have no idea on that one.
Macaulay Shanker Group.
All right. Oh, wow. It's Robin McCauley.
MSG.
Wow.
This one sort of has a place in CMS history.
Okay. The song or the band?
The band.
Okay.
Something that has really made its mark with the classic metal show.
Okay.
Whoop.
Was that Odin?
No.
Who is it?
Back-
London?
I'll play it again.
London.
Nope. It starts with an L, though.
Leatherwolf.
Close.
Lone Wolf. Laser Wolves.
Starts with an L, though. Something that defines the classic metal show in 2000.
Loudness?
Loudness.
All right.
Love Toys.
Don't know that song. I didn't even hear the dog reference. I should have known immediately by the mumbling that it was Loudness.
All right, I'll play it again.
Okay. Look at AOR rocks the Mary Jane girls.
All right. We got two more.
All right.
These guys actually have a brand new record.
Okay.
Brand new.
Cool.
I'm sitting like a thief in the night, like a duck for the bone.
Should I know this one?
Let's just put it this way. They lost their lead singer about 5 years ago.
To death?
Yep.
Singer died 5... Dirty Looks.
No, they got a brand new record, though.
Oh, I don't...
With a new guy.
Jesus. Boston. I don't know.
Godhard.
Oh, Godhard, yeah.
Back to You is what the song is called.
Right, okay.
And then one last one, a band that you and I kind of loathe at this point. We admire them, but we loathe them at the same time.
Okay.
Here, the last one.
Like a blind dog without a bone was a gypsy lost.
That just ruined my night. I'm not even going to say his name.
So there you go. 22.
Or is that Poison?
No, that's Bon Jovi.
Oh, is it? I thought it was fucking Poison.
Who Says You Can't Go Home.
Oh, whatever. Like I would know.
So there you go. Weezy doing his fake producing job and pulling all the dog and bone references.
No kidding.
And
That's good. Good job, Weezy.
I'm sure there's more.
I'm sure there is too.
But for him to pull some of those really obscure ones, that was just, it's like, Jesus, that guy's got some time on his hands.
Yeah, that was good for the first round, Weezy, but I expect 40 more by next week.
40 more.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But so we have a 10-second conversation on the show, and he goes out of his way and pulls together 22 dog and bone references.
That is crazy.
And he had that to me like the next day.
That's amazing. He's something, man.
Yeah, we did the Saturday night, and by it was like Sunday afternoon, he had dog and bone reference.
Nice.
Crazy.
That is.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it is.